Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into a really potent chapter, Psalms 11.
Yeah, it's quite something. It kicks off, right away with this strong statement in verse 1. In the Lord I take refuge.
Sets a definite tone, security, trust.
Exactly. But then almost immediately there's this jarring other voice.
Right. The voice that says, "How then can you say to me, flee like a bird to your mountain?" It's almost cynical, isn't it?
Or maybe just practical. Like, look around. You need to run. That immediate survival instinct.
And the psalm gives a reason why someone would say that. It doesn't dismiss the fear.
No, it makes the threat very real. It says, for look, the wicked bend their bows.
They set their arrows against the strings to shoot from the shadows. So it's hidden danger.
Yeah, and specifically aimed at the upright, in heart. It's not random chaos. It feels targeted, malice.
Which leads straight into that central, I think, really profound question the psalm asks.
The absolute core of it, yeah.
When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do? That image. Foundations crumbling.
It really hits home, doesn't it? That feeling when everything solid just seems to be, well, falling apart, societally, personally.
And the pressure is intense.
Yeah.
What do? Is fleeing the only answer?
But that's where the psalm makes a crucial turn, a shift in perspective.
It pulls the focus upwards, doesn't it? Away from just the immediate threat on the ground.
Right. It declares the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord is on his heavenly throne. It relocates the point of stability.
So even while the foundations seem to be shaking on earth,
There's an unshakable reality elsewhere, and from that place, the psalm says, he observes the sons of men, his eyes examine them.
so it's not like a distant, uncaring thing. It's observation, examination.
Active observation, yeah. It implies awareness. He sees what's happening, even the stuff in the shadows. It's not missed.
And it's not neutral observation either. There's a moral dimension.
Definitely. The text says, the Lord examines the righteous, okay, but then contrasts that. The wicked and those who love violence his soul hates.
That's strong language. Hates. So there's a divine reaction to the injustice, to the violence causing the chaos.
And that reaction leads to consequences. There's a judgment described for those wicked ones. Fiery coals, burning sulfur. It connects directly to the Lord's character.
Because the whole basis for this, the reason for the judgment, the reason for hope, it comes right at the end.
Yeah,
The anchor point.
For the Lord is righteous. He loves justice.
That's the foundation that doesn't crumble. His nature.
Exactly. Because he is righteous, because he loves justice, the chaos and the hidden attacks, they don't get the last word.
And that character, that love for justice, flows into the hope given to the upright.
Which culminates in that final, powerful line.
Upright men will see his face.
So when you look at the whole psalm, this deep dive shows quite a journey. Starts with personal trust, right? I take refuge.
They immediately faces that runaway. Voice fueled by real danger and collapsing structures.
But then it lifts you out of that. Shows you the heavenly throne, the divine perspective, stability, observation.
Contrasting the fate of those causing the trouble with this ultimate hope for those trying to do right, all rooted in God's nature.
Right. His righteousness, his love for justice.
So this psalm, it speaks so directly to that experience, doesn't
Yeah.
it? When you feel those hidden dangers, when it feels like the very ground beneath you is unstable.
Yeah, it gets it.
And it really makes you question that default reaction to just, flee. It asks you, when things feel like they're falling apart, what does seeking refuge actually look like for you? What does standing upright mean then?
And it leaves us wrestling with that final promise. Upright men will see his face. What does that really mean? Seeing God's face, especially after walking through the valley described in the psalm, the fear, the destruction. It's a lot to think about.